Class, today we will look at what is called an arithmetic sequence. This topic is generally done in, say, senior 3, senior 4, even sometimes in senior 2. This topic may be done. It's called an arithmetic sequence. It's called an arithmetic sequence, or sometimes it's called an arithmetic progression. Let us examine, suppose we have 1, 2, 3, 4. The next number is obvious because 1, 2, 3, 4, the next number would be obviously 5. Because of the pattern, the difference between each number is 1. The difference between each number is 1. Between 2 and 1 is 1, 3 and 2 is 1, 5 and 4 is 1. So this 1 has a name. It's called a common difference. So you remember when difference, and generally is denoted by D. It's called a common difference. So we have an arithmetic sequence, and how we know it's an arithmetic sequence because it has a common difference. The other kind of sequences, but this is called an arithmetic sequence, has a common difference. Suppose now we have, let's say, 5, 10, 15. This obvious one too. The next one obviously will be 20. Because this also is an arithmetic sequence. It has a common difference of 5. It has a common difference of 5. Now, but suppose we have something like this. Suppose we have this. Suppose we have 5, 12, 19, 26. Suppose those are our numbers. Again, this is an arithmetic sequence because the difference is 7. 12 take away 5 is 7, 19, 7, 26, and 19 is 7. So it has a common difference also. So it is an arithmetic sequence. But suppose we ask now not to find just the next number. Of course, the next number could be found by adding 7. 26 plus 7, 7 and 6 is 13, 3. So the next number will be 33. And that is straightforward. But suppose we want to find a 100th number. Suppose we want to find a 100th number. Now what we have to do, well, if you want to label, you can go continue 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to 100. But we don't really want to do that because that's time consuming. So there's a pattern, there's a formula. By the way, this is called the first term, the second term, the third term, the fourth term, the fifth term. When we don't know the term, we call it the nth term. Where the nth term could be any number. The nth term could be the 100th term. The nth term could be the 30th term. So, but there's a formula to find the nth term. The nth term. So this is the formula. That the nth term, the symbol for the nth term, is the first term plus n minus 1 d. Where d is the common difference, n is the number of terms you want to find. Let's use this same sequence. And let's use a number that we know. Let's say we want to find 1, 2, 3, 4, the fourth term. We know the fourth term is 26, but let's see if the formula works. So the fourth term will be the first term, 5 plus n. N is 4 because we want to find the fourth term. N minus 1, that's 4 minus 1, this is 3. 4 minus 1, sorry. And the d is 7. Our common difference is 7. So we say it's 5 plus 4 minus 1 is 3 times 7. So 7 3 is 21. 21 plus 5 is 26. So the fourth term is 26. So this formula works. So if we want to find a 100th term, what would that be? We don't have to extend 1 until 100. We just use the formula that the nth term, where n is any number, is the first term plus n minus 1d. So if we want to find a 100th term, then n is 100. So the 100th term is the first term, which is 5, plus n is 100. So the 100 take away 1, which is 99 rather, times d. d is 7. So we multiply 99 by 7 and add 5. So let's do that. 99 by 7, 7963. 7963, 3 and 6 is 69. So let's do it again. 7963, 7963 and 6 is 69. So the 100th term would be 5 plus 693. 5 plus 693 is 698. So the 100th term would be 698. So if we want to find a specific term, all we have to do, know the number. If the term we want to find is like the 50th term, then n is 50. A is always the first term, and d is the common difference. Remember, because it is an arithmetic sequence, it will always have a common difference. There are other kinds of sequences. There's a geometric sequence, and there are other sequences that you do in the higher levels of math, but this one is a high school sequence. It's an arithmetic sequence. Let's proceed a little further. I want to look at this. Look at these two numbers, say 12 and 20. Suppose we want to find a number between 12 and 20 so that this is an arithmetic sequence. We want to find a number, some number that's between 12 and 20 so that 12 and this number plus and 20 will form an arithmetic sequence. We've done this several times. What we really want to find is the average of these two numbers. For instance, 12, how do we find the average? We find the sum, 12 plus 20, and divide by 2. So 12 plus 20 is 32. 32 divided by 2, that would be 16. So I'm saying that 16 will cause this to be an arithmetic sequence. That has to be then that this difference must be the same as that difference. Let's see. 12 and 4 is 16. 12 and 4, the difference between 12 and 16 is 4. The difference between 16 and 20 is 4. So what we did, we found a number that's between 12 and 20 so that the sequence becomes an arithmetic sequence. And how we did that? We took the first number and the last number, add them and divide by 2. In other words, we found the average. Sometimes this number is called the average. Or it's called the mean. And in general, if you have two things, let's say $100 and $200, and you want to find a mean, you add them, there's $300 and divide by 2. 300 divided by 2, which is 150. And you see 150, this form, the difference here is 50, and the difference here is 50. All right, that's a straightforward case. But suppose now we have, let's do the sequence that we have. Suppose we have two numbers, 5 and 33. And we want to insert three numbers between 5 and 33 so that the sequence becomes an arithmetic sequence. Now, we know then that 5 would be the first number or the first term. If we insert three numbers, and we have 2, so this would be the fifth number. We want to know what those numbers are so that this becomes an arithmetic sequence. We know it would be these numbers, but let's assume we did not know. Let's see how we think of it. Now we know that the nth term, and we need to remember this formula, nth term is the first term plus n minus 1 d. n minus 1 times d. So we insert three numbers and we have 2. So there are 5 numbers in all. So the nth term, in this case, is the fifth term, 33. 33 is our fifth term. Our first term we know. We know the first term is 5. Well, we know that the first term is 5. We know we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers in all. So n is 5. 1. But we don't know d. We don't know d. So simple algebra could help us to find d. So 33. 5 plus, now 5 take away 1 is 4, so it's 4d. So we can work here that you can say that 5 plus 4d equals to 33. Subtract 5 from both sides. So we have that 4d is equal to 5 and 8 is 13, so it's 28. 4d is 28. So we can find d. So d, divide by 4, so d will be 7. So our common difference is 7. So then, what does that mean? This would be 5 plus 7, which is 12. 12 plus 7 is 19. 19 plus 7 would be 26. And here we have inserted 3 numbers between 5 and 33 so that the sequence is an arithmetic sequence. The same sequence we had before. Now, the important thing here was to be able to find d. And simple algebra could help us to find d. And you did this in algebra 1. So d, after we found d, then we can just know that the first term, and to find the next term, you add d to it. The next term, you add d again, and it continues like that. So those are the 3 numbers we've inserted. So this is an arithmetic sequence. Just let's repeat what we did so far. We said that in order to find the n term of a sequence, we use the form that a to n equals to a1 plus n minus 1d. We also said that n is the number of terms. If you want to find a 5th term, n is 5. If you want to find a 100th term, n is 100. And we said that d was the common difference, the difference between the numbers in the sequence. And a is the first term. So we use this formula to find the n term. We also said that if we have 2 numbers, say, and we want to find the middle number, we just need to add them, a1 plus a2, and divide by 2. If it's 7 plus 8 or so, divided by 2, that's 15, there's 7.5. So we can find the middle term by adding the 2 n numbers and divide by 2. We also said that we can use this formula to insert numbers in the sequence by finding d, the common difference. So today we'll stop here. Tomorrow we'll look at the sum of an arithmetic sequence. And then we'll go on to geometric sequence and so on. Thank you, class.